Hello friends, this is Matt Mintz with H.O.P.E Wellness Studio here in Redlands, California. We are so excited to be collaborating with Mansion Memories today to bring you this presentation that is called Music, Magic, and Mindfulness. You're allowed to say them in any order you want. I may say them in different order as we go. It's a lot of M's going on today. Again, Matt Mintz with H.O.P.E. And Matt, we are so excited to be basically doing what Mansion Memories has been doing for years, which is creating special events for kids in crisis. And now we're doing it in an online format, getting to learn, getting outside of our comfort zone with that, and bringing the Mansion to you because we care about you, and we are so glad we still are connecting this way, especially as you guys are hopefully typing your comments in. We're on right now as we're playing this, and we'll be responding to your comments. You're going to get to vote a little bit later with an activity we do called Dueling Musicians, so where your vote counts and you don't have to pay any money to vote. So we're excited that you are following along. We're on YouTube now, any time of the day. Don't stay up too late doing it, but you can watch us anytime you want, and of course every Sunday at 4 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube. So excited to have this. You guys ready? Let's get started. All right. I'm going to start you off with a song. This is a song called We're Gonna Be Friends. Father's here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie, through the park and by the tree. We will rest on the ground and look at all the bugs we found and safely walk the street without a sound. We don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. She thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. And I dream while I'm in bed, sing songs go through my head, not the bugs of the alphabet. When I wake tomorrow, I'll bet she and I will walk together again. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Okay, my friends, now I am going to introduce you to a tool called the Mindful Minute. We're going to talk in a little bit about what mindfulness is, but first we're just going to show you what it is so you can experience it yourself. What we're going to do is count our breath for 1 minute of our life and see how many times we breathe in that minute. So if you want to, and you want it to be more enjoyable, you can kind of slow the breathing down. Big comfortable inhale, maybe a little pause, and then a big comfortable exhale and a little pause. As long as you are enjoying yourself, just allow yourself to relax for this minute. I'm curious to see how many breaths you get. So when you breathe, it's an inhale and an exhale, and that equals 1 breath. Not 2, but 1. So type after we do it, tell us how many you got. I did this for one guy who was so nervous, he had about 30 breaths per minute. Most of us are going to be quite a bit lower than that. But let's see what you get. For a minute of your life, on your mark, get set, go. many did you guys get? That was our minute. I wasn't counting because I was playing guitar. But did you get a high amount? Did you get a low amount? Were you feeling relaxed? How did you feel during that mindful minute? Some of us, any response is okay. Some of us were like, this is the longest minute of my life, and I can't wait till it's over. Some of us felt like it was long, and we were glad, kind of like a long weekend. We were glad that it was long. And then some of us got so relaxed during the mindful minute that we were surprised when the song ended and the timer went off. That's my favorite. Time flies when you're having fun. Time flies when you're mindful, when you're relaxed. So type in, let us know how many you got, and try this on your own. I love to do it with the timer because when I'm doing mindful breathing without a timer, I just forget that I'm doing it. So I use that timer. I do 1 minute, just the way I'm breathing right now, and the second minute I try to see if I can get a lower number. And usually the lower your number is, the more relaxed you are, and actually the faster your time goes. So that was the mindful minute. I hope you enjoyed it. So like I said, I wanted you guys to have a direct experience with mindfulness before I told you what it is. I would like you guys actually just to go for it right now and type in what you think mindfulness is, what you think it might be. What comes to mind? Have you heard of it before? Do you have a guess? Just go ahead and type those in and see what you guys think mindfulness is. The way I've defined it today, because I like to redefine the things that I know when I'm working with the clients that we work with here at H.O.P.E, we work with children, we work with families, we do family sessions. I'm doing one soon that's creativity and connection for a family. I can't wait. But we work with all kinds of clients. Sometimes we work with clients that are sick, that are managing symptoms of Lou Gehrig's disease or ALS. I do a support group with them, which I absolutely love, and it's online right now. Love it. But we help people to get mindful. However, I like to redefine the important terms to me. So I'll ask myself, not just memorize something, but come up with what is mindfulness to me today. What I came up with earlier is that mindfulness is quality time. It's quality time with life. So mindfulness in our friendship. Let's say you're having a meal and you get to see your best friend and you haven't seen him in a long time, and you say, oh my gosh, I'm having the hardest week. You don't know what I'm dealing with. I'm having to do school in my pajamas. It's really weird. I have so much going on. I haven't been feeling well lately. My energy's been low, whatever it is. And your friend is sitting across the table from you doing this. And say, what? Would you consider that quality time? I would say, yeah, low quality. But it's not a quality time when we're not paying attention to each other. Does that make that person a bad person or a bad friend? That's up to you to decide. But really, it just means it's a low quality connection. And we sometimes have that low quality connection with life itself. Not just a friend over a meal, but our life. We can get to the end of our life. Hopefully none of us are anywhere near that, but we can actually get to the end of the life. I've known people, I used to be a hospice chaplain, that got to the end of their life and said, I didn't really do what I set out to do. It was like this was how they were engaged with life. Just passing by and circling and not really going where they wanted to go. So when we get mindful and have a quality time relationship with life, it makes it, if the time amount a day takes feels just right, a month feels just right. And most exciting, when you have little mindful moments in your week, in your day, you have more control over the direction you're going to be taking in your life. It's kind of like you're on a merry-go-round, on a carousel, which is great. And then you start thinking, I want to get off, take a little break, and then see what ride I want to do now. And you might get right back on the carousel, or you might go fly on a rocket. But you get the little mindful moment to decide what's the best ride next. And so without those, we get stuck and we just do the same old thing. So that's fine some of the time, but sometimes we want to get mindful, have a quality connection with life, and really just get quiet, still inside to see what's next in our great adventure. So I love as a musician and a lover of music. I'm an even bigger lover of music than I am a musician. I almost said magician. They're similar. But I am a fan. I love music. So I brought some of my favorite records. I've got a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers record. I've got Elvis Presley live. It's kind of like us with our Facebook event. Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. And you can actually see that this sleeve pulls out with Elvis in it. And you can be mindful with music without even listening to it. Now, I heard this is more of a guy thing than a girl thing, and if it's for anybody. But I heard that guys really like to get so fascinated with music or movies or TV shows or video games that they will read about it even when they're not listening to it or not watching it or not playing it. My son does that. He'll play video games and he'll come and say, I read this about this and this is what the maker said. And some of us are like, just play the game. But some of us just love it so much that we can't help think about it when we're not playing it, learn more about it. So I love reading about music, especially while I'm listening to it. But this is one that's just down the street. They filmed this in Joshua Tree. This is U2. I love to, oh, look at that. It opens up. I love to, there's no liner notes on this one. I think they came with it and I have them posted on my wall at home. But I like to read the words, the lyrics that are in the music. I like to say, who played harmonica on that track and read the name of the harmonica player. I just get obsessed because I love music so much. And then what that does is it makes us even more mindful. We have a quality relationship with music when we see what it means, who made it, when they made it, where. Oh, I love it, as you guys can tell. When I have music just on in the background, I do that all the time because music creates certain ways of feeling and being and thinking. When I have music on that is classical music, it helps me be more focused and a little smarter. When I have really intense, energetic music, it helps me exercise more. When I have music on from when I was a kid, which is a long time ago in the 1980s, I have the energy of a child again. I do yard work, I clean my house, I do dishes, I do all kinds of stuff because it makes me feel like a kid again. And that is sort of music as a background role. It's still important, but it's just kind of going on as you do what you do. But when I am really mindful with music, it's that quality time that you would have with someone you really care about. Really listening, really paying attention. And we're going to do a couple minutes of that in a little bit. We're going to do dueling musicians coming up soon, so stick around. You get to vote for which music is speaking to you in the moment. But yeah, that's why we have mindfulness in our life here at Hope Studio and why we have mindful music listening in particular. All right, so I want to introduce you to Amy Lynn, who runs Hope, and she and I are partners in being agents of positive change in our world. So what we're going to help her do is identify a strength. She's got a lot of them, but we're going to see what comes up randomly. This deck of cards has a statement on it, every card. I am something, and then it's something that you're good at. So we're going to see, I'm going to do one, she's going to do one. We're going to see what comes up and how true it is for us. So here's mine. Not going to look at it yet. Here's yours, Amy Lynn. All right. So here's what I got. I am thoughtful. 6 of spades.
You are.
Wow, thanks. She says I am. I think I would say 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, somewhere around there, but pretty high. Sometimes I think too much. But thoughtful for me means that I am able to be kind to people and actually still kind of keep my wits about me. So I am smart at the same time as I have a big heart, which is a really nice combo because sometimes if you have a big heart and you don't have a big brain, sometimes people take advantage of that. So it's nice to keep your smarts as you're being kind in the world. What'd you get?
Mine says I am adaptive.
Not true at all. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I love it. And I think we even literally talked about that word earlier today when we were talking about going online for this season of Hope and Mansion Memories. So you got Debbie Harry from
Debbie
from
Harry.
Blondie. I think that means you need to dye your hair blonde.
Oh, no.
Have you ever tried it?
No.
So how does adaptive show up for you in concrete behavior?
Well, sometimes things don't go the way you think they're going to go. Sometimes things don't go the way you want them to go.
You mean all the time lately?
All the time lately, it seems like it. So it's really important to be flexible and to be able to change, pivot, change what you're doing, do something different. That's what being adaptive is. I got an idea, I could do it this way instead. Or, I haven't even thought about other ways I could do something. That's my favorite one, is to really kind of dig deep, do a deep dive into what have I not even thought about yet?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when things are not comfortable. When we're in a spot in our life where we can just tell the way I'm doing this doesn't feel nice.
Not going.
It's not working. So and then mindfulness opens us up to the new possibilities.
Right.
And they might not be radically. It might not be move to Australia in the next 10 minutes. It might be try to wear this hat or something. It could be the subtlest thing, or drive this way, or roll the windows down and enjoy the heat. Whatever it is. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. So that's our strength card. I am adaptive. I am thoughtful. If you come to Hope and you do a group with us, if you do an individual session, we'll do these cards and you'll get to do one too. You'll actually get to do two.
It's really fun.
All right.
Do I keep my card or you take my card? Take my card back.
All right, my friends, this is the one I was telling you about, dueling musicians, not magicians, but musicians. You guys are going to vote, hopefully, type in which song is speaking to you after you've heard both. So we're going to play about a minute. I can't remember if I told you this, but not only did these cards have strengths on them, but they each have a musician on them.
Yeah.
Mine is Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones, and Amy Lynn's is Debbie Harry of Blondie. So we're going to do about a minute of each, and this is where parents play along too, siblings, everybody, grandparents, dogs, cats.
Dogs and cats?
Yeah,
Dogs and cats.
they like music. But here's the rule. It's not about what you know you like better. It's about what you connect with and what speaks to you in this moment. So if you've never heard these people before, that'll be easy. But if you have preferences, like some of us people that are not kids anymore, just immature and childish and kids at heart, but it's not about who you preferred 2 minutes ago. It's about what speaks to you right now. So here's all right, that was awesome. I actually got chills. I'm just trying to sway the vote here. But now it's Amy Lynn, and we're going to see if how we feel about Fun. All right, so type in now. Tell us. I'm going to count. I'm going to tally the votes. And it is not going to make a big difference in the career of these bands, but it's going to make a big difference for us today because we are having fun. Let us know which one spoke to you, which one was just right for you in this moment. And we will announce via the conversation on Facebook who the winner is.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I want to be the winner.
Good job. All right, my friends, I am really excited for this last portion of our time together. Probably the most magical part of it is what I have created for us today. I call it the Magic Moments Guided Imagery. Guided imagery is the ability basically to take a journey while you're sitting in your chair. So kind of like watching a movie. It's not going to be as vivid for most of us as a movie is, and that's fine. There is no wrong way to do it. If I tell you, if I suggest to you to picture a beach and to picture a wave crashing, in your mind's eye, it might just look sort of like a little whiteboard wave. And part of you is going to say, I don't think I'm doing it right. You're doing it right. There's no wrong way to do visualization. But we're going to go on a little journey to connect with actually a mansion in our imagination. So I'm so excited. First thing we're going to do, and some of you relax better than others. Some of you it's hard to relax. Some of you are already there. But we're going to just find a happy medium for all of us and relax with 3 breaths. The first one is focused on your stomach. The second one is focused on your chest. The third is even amounts of both, which is my favorite one. So breathe into your stomach at your own rate. And then when the time's right for you, the second one will be focused on the chest. Kind of imagine it lifting a little bit. And when the time is right for you, that third breath will be relatively even amounts of both. You can even put your hands on your body to feel both rising. And we're going to do that cycle one more time. At your own rate, remember the first breath is stomach, the second is chest, and the third is both. Is enough right now. It's all we need. We take it for granted, but it's such a gift to be able to breathe. All right. Now you can keep your eyes open or you can keep them closed, whatever is most comfortable for you. I don't know which one I'm going to do. So as we do this, I would like you to just picture yourself at a campfire. I love this part, forgot about this part. Right in front of you, this is a private campfire, even though we are all together and we have such great, loving families and friends. This moment in your day is going to be just for you. So imagine that campfire, feel the heat coming off of that little fire. Hear it crackle. You've got some good wood on there. It's got sap in it. It's crackling and popping. Right on the other side of that is a stream. Hear it and see it. Above and around you, there's wind blowing in the branches and the needles of the oaks and the pines. Hear that wind blowing in the trees. Maybe your breath reminds you of that wind. And then lastly, in real life, I call it Matter World, but in Matter World, stomp the floor a little bit and pretend at that campfire you can feel the sand or the dirt underneath your feet. Maybe in your guided imagery you are barefoot, maybe you got flip-flops on, maybe you got boots on, but feel that ground and hear it kind of grit as you twist your foot a little bit underneath and how well it supports you and holds you up. In the distance, you hear a train. It's a mysterious sound. It's not a sad sound. It's a beautiful sound, but there's just this sense of not knowing what's around the bend as you hear the train in the distance, and it gets a little closer and a little closer, and eventually it pulls up behind you. Turn around, and can see that train, 16 coaches long, engine number 11, and it is full of people that are just having a great time, a great ride. Some of them are kind of quiet and just thoughtful. Some of them are having animated conversations and really getting along, and you just really feel this sense of joy, depth, and welcoming as you get on that train. Maybe one of them comes and helps you, offers you a hand, pulls you up on board, and then that steam train heads into the forest, a beautiful thick forest where the trees grow so fast that every time we trim them, they just come back and they're scraping against the side of the train. So keep your hands and your arms inside, and we just hear it. It's kind of like being in a car wash, brushing against the side of the train, and in we go. We go through a tunnel, through a mountain. We eventually come out the other side of the tunnel, and we are now on a trestles, which is a bridge that goes over a big, big canyon. Long and far below is a little river, a little ribbon of water below you. I call it the King's River. We're crossing that river, and then we are pulling into a station. Some of you might picture, well, maybe a station from your favorite movie or video game or TV show. Could be any kind of station, but you pull in and you just are glad to be there. You feel like you're in a place that's a little bit deeper and a little bit more open to possibility. We're going to pass through that station. The inside of it, maybe it has mounted animals, maybe it has lots of books or lots of supplies, maybe some preserves and jars or all kinds of fun stuff, whatever you could need for any journey. Before we leave that station though, before we head up to the mansion on the hill, I would like you to shield yourself. I recommend doing this every day so that you can be protected from uncomfortable emotions that you don't need, maybe from people that have too much energy that you don't need, or anything, and even germs. I think this works for some germs too, but you still need to be smart and safe. But imagine yourself creating a shield of protection around your legs and feet right now with a countdown from 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shielding the legs and feet. The next one's the back with a 4 count. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shielding on the back. The front is a 3 count. 3, 2, 1. Arms and hands are a 2 count. 2, 1, and then right above you is a 1 count, just 1. A helmet to protect you. And that's a shield that lets everything good come in. Love, joy, all the good stuff. Peace, but anything you don't need gets bounced right off of it. It's like the Earth's atmosphere. Now that we've got our shield on, we're going to head up to the mansion, and we're going to visit 3 parts of the mansion. We're going to visit the lowest floor, the middle floors, and then the very top, the Widow's Walk. It's super beautiful up there, super safe, I promise. So imagine yourself in the lower floors. Notice the difference in temperature down here. Notice the difference in light. Make sure that you just keep all of your thoughts very wholesome, supportive, welcoming, and just wonderful. This is a beautiful place to imagine yourself in. Some mansions have pantries where they have lots of food supplies and meat and stuff that's going to be cooked later. Some of them have wood shops, some of them have storage, but wherever you are, just imagine at this bottom floor a feeling of release. And if you want to, you can embody that in a physical way. You can allow yourself to sink into a feeling of just letting it all go. Down here in the basement, you don't have anywhere you have to be later. You don't have to act any certain way. You don't have to pretend that you want to be around a bunch of people if you need alone time. You don't have to do anything. You just let go. We're going to imagine ourselves in any number or one of the rooms that will be the main floor, the bedrooms of the mansion. I think I'm going to go to the music room. That's a good one for me today. And just imagine yourself now a little bit more upright energy, a little bit more focused. And this is where we are focused. We're not necessarily focused on any one thing that we're going to do or bring into our life, but we're just going to, for a moment, cultivate this kind of activity, this active and focused feeling. We we are focused. And then safely, we're going to imagine going all the way up to the top, to the Widow's Walk, the part of the mansion that is on the roof, has a nice protective little wall you can see on all sides, and up here we just trust. And just allow yourself to feel the sun, the imaginary sun on your skin, the breeze, the openness and expansiveness of being all the way up here on the roof. Alright, and then I'm going to count us up and out to a more outer awareness of our body, awareness of our company, awareness of our house, with a count up from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. And I would love it if, for many of us, that was probably our very first time with guided imagery. So feel free to type in and tell me any questions you have about it. Let me know what your favorite part was, anything that you particularly connected with. And I feel relaxed. That was fun. Thank you so much for our time here together. It was incredibly magical. It's such a blessing to be able to spend this time together. All right, I'm going to close this with a song called Heroes. I wish I could swim like dolphins can swim. Remember, you don't have to have a perfect voice to sing. You don't even have to believe in yourself to sing. You just have to sing. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. That was super fun. I hope you had as much fun as we did. I hope your life is magical today, this week, this year, and for all of it, all eternity.
Yeah, we really want to thank you for joining us. We sure had a fun time being with you. And if you ever want to come see us, we're located in Redlands. We have all kinds of fun things for kids, for adults. We have music therapy, art therapy, and movement. If you want more information about all of our services, individual and groups, adults and children, all the contact information will be at the end of the video. Did I forget anything?
I think you got it.
All right. Have a great one.